Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Long Shot, the dice game. Long Shot the Dice Game is a game published by Perplex Games, designed by Chris Handy. Plays 2 to 6 players, and does it have a time? I don't know, not very long. An hour at the most. And effectively what you're doing in this is you are betting on some horses to win a race. You're going to be betting on them. You're going to be trying to buy them, because if you buy them and they win show or place, you get extra money. You're also trying to sell concessions, because you need to have some cash to be able to do all those other things. That's a rough talking about it, and it's a rolling, right? I forgot to mention that. That's a kind of a rough overview, but let's go to the table. Check it out.
Come on, play the game.
All right, so here's a game of Long Shot the Dice game, all set up for 2 players. Ignore that. And to set up, you're going to give each player one of these player boards here. You're going to put the main board out here with all the horses put on it. You're going to pick one of the 3 numbers of horses. So let me rephrase that. There's 3 of each number of horses. You're going to pick one. So I've done that. I just randomly picked one of each of the numbers, laid them out here. And then each player is going to get a dry erase marker and a starting card, which will look something like this. And what that's going to do is it's going to tell you some stuff in your concession stand here and some bets that you're going to get to start with. So this player's going to get a 5, this 4, this 3, and this 1. And they're going to get a $3 bet on 2 and a free $3 bet on 7. Then this card can go away. And they also start with 12 bucks. So this player starts with 12 bucks. They'll mark off the same things. Well, different numbers, but you understand what I'm saying. And then this and this. A $2 bet on 4 and a $4 bet on 8. And this can go away. All right. So now we're ready to play. What we're trying to do is we are trying to own, bet on horses. If you own the horse and it finishes, you're going to score some money based on where they finish. If you bet on a horse, you're going to be able to multiply how much you bet times the odds here. We're trying to sell stuff at our concession stand to get some bonuses. We're trying to cross off helmets and jerseys of each of the different colors. If we get both of them crossed off, it's worth $5 extra at the end of the game. The point of the game is to have the most money at the end. If you can do that, you are the winner. Now, the way the game works is, on your turn, this player will go first. They're going to roll the dice. What this is going to say is, horse number 1 will move 2. So we'll do that. 1, 2. Then, if you look at horse number 1's card, I'll bring it down. There's going to be a secondary movement row, and all those horses that are on that are going to move 1. So right now, it's at the beginning of the game, there's only 1. 6 will move 1. Let me make sure I did it. Okay, yeah. And then that's that. That's how movement works. Then what happens is every player is going to take one action. And the actions are cross off this number. So number 1 in the concession area, which is over here. A helmet, cross off the helmet of number 1. And that lets you bet on a horse after it crosses this red line here. Cross off the jersey of the number 1, which will let you mark off a secondary movement on horse number 1. Or place up to a $3 bet on number 1. Or if you have enough money, buy horse number 1. And I think I'm first player, I'm actually going to buy horse number 1. And the reason you want to buy horses is they give you a special ability. When you complete a vertical column, mark any additional concession. So I bought that horse. I reduced the money from my account. There is an eraser on the pen, but sometimes it's just easier to use your finger. And that's my action. I took one action. That's it. Now this player, they're going to get to take an action using the red 1. You also have a wild column down here. If you don't like the 1, if you don't want to do the 1, you can cross off one of those and make it any other number. But I think they're happy with the 1, and they're just going to bet $3 on the 1. And that'll take them down to 9. All right. And that is their turn. Now it moves on to this player. 2 is going to move 3. So 1, 2, whoa, upside down, 2, 3. And 2 will also move 5, 1. All right. Now we each get to take an action based on die value 2. I think what they want to do is they're going to work on their concession stand. And I think I am going to do a jersey, which will let me mark off another number on number 2. And of course, I own number 1, so I want to mark off number 1. I always want number 1 to be moving. All right, back to me. 1 is moving 3. I like it. I like it. 1, 2, 3. And 1 will also move 6, 1. Okay. And now I need to bet on 1. So I'm going to... Ooh, I need some money. So let's... Yeah. I'll bet 2 on 1. So I'm down to $0. That player has 9. They already bet. They could bet again. No, they want to do... Can they buy a horse? They can't buy 1. Nothing else is really pulling ahead. So I think what they're going to do is they're just going to mark the helmet on number 1. All right, done. And I've already lost track of whose turn it is. So if there's... That only really matters if you're buying a horse or whatever. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. So 7's moving 3. And 7 will also move 1. 1, oh yeah. And 3, 1. And then horses always move in lowest to highest order on the secondary movement for purposes of finishing the race. And then, let's see. What do I want to do? 7. Let's do... I want to keep stilking it up. And number 1's already there, so I'm not going to do that. I will hit this. All right. Then this player is going to... can they buy 7? Yeah, they'll buy 7. So 7 only costs $4. So they're going to buy 7 as their action. And that will take them down to 5. And they now have an ability. Advanced. When they bet, they can advance the horse 3 spaces if it's last, which is pretty cool. All right, so I don't know whose turn it is, but it doesn't matter. 1's going to move 2. 1, 2. 1 will also move 6, 1. And we're now back to horse number 1, and I'm going to use the silk, and I'm going to make horse number 1 move again. Okay. And they have horse number 1. They're going to do the silk as well, and they're going to cross off number 7. All right. 2 is moving 2. 2 is moving 2. And 2 will also move 1 and 5. Okay. Now we have 2 here. I'm going to cross off the helmet. That'll give me $5 because every pair of those crossed off is $5. And they are... How much is 2? It's expensive. So they're going to cross off the jersey on 2. And they're going to cross off number 7 so they can make their horse move. All right. Rolling again. 2 is moving 1. 1 is moving 1. 5 is moving 1. 7 is moving 1. All right, so 2 again. So I will cross off a 2 here. And they'll go ahead and cross off the helmet. That'll give them, $10 because they have 2 pairs. Not bad. All right, 1's moving 2. 1 has crossed the red line, so unless you have a helmet marked or mark a helmet later, you can't bet on horse number 1. And 1 will also move 1, another 1, 6, 1, and 7, 1. Okay, so I'm going to mark off the helmet on... I'll mark off the helmet on 1. And they're going to bet on 1 again, so they're going to bet $3 more. So that'll bring them down to 2, and it'll make this 6. All right. So now we're rolling. 7's moving 3. 1, 2, 3. 7 will also move 1 and 3. And that's it. All right, so now we marked off 7. So I'm going to do... I'll do some concessions. And then they will do some concessions as well. I want to show you how the concessions work, so that's why I'm trying to mark some of that off. 2 is moving 2. 1, 2. 2 will also move 1, 5, and 7. All right. So it looks like 4 and 8 are winning, but they just really haven't moved at all. So 1 is in the lead. So we rolled 2. I'll do some... I'm going to use a wild, and I'm going to make that 2 and 8. Now I have crossed off a vertical column. That's going to let me cross off anything else. So I will cross off this 4. So I can use any of these bonuses down here. I can move 2 horses back 2, 1 horse back 3, place a free $3 bet, which I think I might do. I'm going to make this $5. All right, and now this player has a 2. What do they want to do? I think they're going to make it a 4 because they want to do theirs as well. And they're going to move a horse 3. And they're going to use 7, 3. 1, 2, 3. This movement cannot let a horse cross the finish line. You can only cross the finish line by rolling or secondary movement. That's it. That's a rule that can be missed, but it's an important rule. All right, so 2 is moving 3. 1, 2. 1 is moving 1, so 1 finishes in first place. 5 is moving 1, and 7 is moving 1. All right, so we're back to 2 again. I'm going to use another wild. I'm going to make it a 5. And I'm going to take $7. So I now have $7. All right. And they have a 2 as well. They will. I don't want to bet on 2. Maybe. No. They'll spend... they'll use a wild, and they will make it a 3. All right, done. Rolling. 1's moving 3. 1 doesn't move, but these will still work. So 6 will move 1. 7 will move 1. So we're back to 1 again. I'll go here, and they are going to go... They'll cross that off. That's fine. The concession stand is the least exciting thing to cross off, but all right, so that one finishes. 1 will move, 3 will move, and that's it. All right, so we have first and second place so far, and we rolled 7. So let's do, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to use another wild, and I'm going to make it a 6. That'll give me another, I'm going to take another $7. I'm going to try to get some points here. Every dollar is a point, so I now have 14. And then they rolled a 7. Do they have an open 7? They do. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Nothing crossed off yet. All right. 1 is not moving, but it will move 6. And 7's already done. So we have 1 again. I can't do anything with 1 at all. So one thing you can do if you can't do anything is you can spend your whole turn in erasing one of your wilds. That's what I'm going to do. Can they do anything? They still have a wild, so they'll use their wild. And they'll use the 8. They're going to make it an 8. And they are going to buy a free horse. And they're going to take number 2. So they now have something else. When bought, add a free $1 bet to all even or odd horses. So let's do odd. So that'll make this one 7. 1, 1, 1. All right, sweet. I'll take that all day. So 3 is moving 2. 1, 2. 3 is also moving 1, which is done, and that's it. All right, so we have 3. We haven't marked 3 for a long time. So there's that. And I completed a vertical column again, so I would have gotten to cross off something else. So I cross off that, and I get another vertical column, which will let me cross off that. So I get 2 bonuses here. So I'll take another 7. And I'll take... Man, I'd love to get a horse moving. I'm going to take a free horse. No, I'm going to move. I'll take a free $3 bet, and I'm going to put it on yellow. So that'll be a 6. All right, done. Did they do their thing? I don't think they did their thing. So what they're going to do is they are going to cross out the jersey. And on 3, they're going to mark 2. Done. All right. 7's moving 3, already done. 7 is also moving 1 and 3. Okay, so 7. I will cross off that. Okay. They have 7. They will cross off that as well. Rolling. 1's moving 2, which moves 1 and 6. And 7, which is done. 1. I can't do anything with 1, so I'll do a wild. I'll do a 6, which will give me 2 bonuses. And I'll take 1 horse 3 and a free jersey. So I'll cross out this jersey. And I'm going to move 1 horse 3. And I will do 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then they will. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should have had another bonus, but that's okay. They have 1. They have no wilds. They can't do anything with 1. So they're going to spend their turn erasing a wild. All right, done. 5 is moving 2. 1, 2. 5 is also moving 1 and 4. Hey, 4's in the race. So now we have 5. I'm going to cross off a jersey. And on 5, I'm going to mark 6. All right. And then they have 5. They will do this. No column yet, but that's fine. All right. 3 is moving 2. 1, 2. 3 is also moving 1 and 2. And that's it. Now we're at 3. I will do this one. They're going to do this one. Done. Rolling. 6 is moving 3. 1, 2, 3. 6 is also moving 2 and 3. Not 6. There we go. All right. So we have 6. I will do a jersey. And we'll move 6. Okay. And they will do a helmet. Actually, they're going to do concessions. Ooh, I made a mess. Made a mess. So they're going to do concessions. And I'll do this 6, which will be 2 bonuses. So they will do 7 and 7. They now have $16. Okay. Now we're rolling. 1 and 5. So 5's moving 1. 5 is also moving 1 and 4 and 6. So 5, I'll do a helmet. They will do a helmet as well. Rolling. 5's moving 1. That will do 1, 4, and 6. I can't do anything with 5 anymore. I could bet. I'll bet on 5, I guess. I'll do 3. So that's 18 for me. And what do they have in 5? They'll do a jersey, and they'll just cross off 5. Okay, done. 8 is moving 3. So 8 is... Did they ever start? I don't think 8's ever started. No, 8 has not done anything. So they'll move 1, 2, 3. And then 8 will also move 2. And 4. Okay, now everybody has started and we can get moving. All right. So 8, I will do a hat. They'll do a hat. Rolling. 7, 1. 7 will also move 1 and 3. And that's it. So we have 7. I don't have any 7, so I have to spend a turn erasing. They're going to do a jersey. They will, I don't know, 2. And then roll. 3 is moving 3. 1, 2, 3. And 3 will move 1 and 2. And that's it. So now we're at 3. I'm going to do a jersey. And I will do 3 on 3. And this player has, what do they have for 3? They don't have any 3, so they will do a wild. They'll do a 4. And they will move 2 horses plus 2. So they're going to do 2 for 3, 2 for this one. All right, done. 5 is moving 2. 1, 2. 5 is also moving 1, 4, 5, and 6. 6 is now done. So this is the last round. All right, so for this player's turn, they're going to buy horse 6. Because we'll say it's their turn. I'm not 100% sure, but it's fine. So they're going to buy horse 6, which costs $6. So they have 12. And it's going to give them some money at scoring. And then they rolled, what was it, 5. So they will do nothing. So I actually had to spend this to make that I bought horse 5, sorry. I bought horse 5. They're going to, they can't do anything, so they got to spend their last turn, which stinks. All right, then that's it. Now, let's talk about how you score. All right, so scoring is pretty simple. I'm not going to focus on this sheet just because this one's closer and easy for me to write. The way you're going to score is you're going to look at who owns the horses, and they're going to score some money. So, red won. So, they're going to get the purse up here, which is 35. Green, 5 did not finish, so they don't get any money, so they get 35. But this one has a special ability when we get to that, which is nice. That's why I bought it, because I wanted some extra money. Then we're going to look at the pairs of helmets and jerseys that we have, and they're each worth 5 points. I have 5, so that's 25 points. Then we have betting, which is the most complicated part, which is still really not complicated. We're going to look at red. You're going to take the number that you bet times where they finish, so first, second, or third, or if they cross the red line, you get your money back if they didn't hit 1, 2, or 3. So I bet 5. They got first place, $25. Yellow did not finish, but they crossed the red line, so they get $6. I'm going to get a bonus here, and I'll add that in a minute. Green 5 did not finish, but they crossed the red line. 7 did finish. They finished second, so 3 times 8 is 24. Now, I also have this. Gain additional money equal to your bets on unfinished horses past the line. So that would be 6, 9. I'll just throw that down here in a 9 space. Then I'm going to add all this together. So 25, 31, 34, 58, 67. 67 money on bets. All right, then you're going to add up all your money. I have $12 left. And you're going to add all that together. Let me try to do math and not feel dumb. 60, 127, 139. And then that is how you score. And whoever has the most money here is the winner. They would add up their score and all that stuff too. And then if there's a tie, whoever owns the horse that finished the highest is the winner. That's how you play Long Shot the Dice game. Let's go to the top. See what you think about it.
What do you think, son? What do you think?
All right, well, that was Long Shot the Dice game. So, let's talk about components. First off, this box is awesome. It has a cool magnetic clasp. Everything's in here. Everything fits in here pretty nicely. You saw the board. I'm not going to show you that. These player boards are really nice. Easy to understand what's going on once you know what's going on. Money space, scoring track, everything you need to go there. Different horse cards. You know, you can write right on those. Those are nice. I like the art of the horses. I really like this die. It's just an 8-sided die, but it has, you know, colors and numbers, which I appreciate. And the best part, the horses. The horses look like that. And at the top, they have a quick number reference, so you can see them if you're standing above the table. All the horses are different. They have colors. They have numbers, so there's no colorblind issue. You can see, hey, this is 5. That's what I'm moving. And I love that. And it comes with a whole pile of markers too, which is a fantastic. So yeah, no issues there. Fantastic rule book. Shows examples, setup. breaks everything down, special cases, talks about solo play, all that kind of thing. Fantastic. So let's talk about this game. I love horse racing games. I love them, love them, love them. We have Homestretch, which is fantastic. Camel Up, not really horses, but fantastic. This one, fantastic. It gives you that similar vibe to Homestretch where you're betting on the horses, you're rolling the die, and whatever happens, happens there. But it's a lot shorter because you're only racing one race instead of, I think, 3 in Homestretch. I haven't played it for a minute, so it's 3 or 4 in Homestretch. It's so much faster. It's streamlined down to almost, as simple as it can get. You're doing one of, how many actions is this? 1, 2, 3. One of 5 actions on your turn. You're rolling dice, moving horses, doing an action. Done. That's it. It's great. There's always some tension because, you never know which horse is going to move as a secondary action. You don't know if someone's going to buy the horse that you really want away from you because it's their turn first. Oh, it's so good. It's a fantastic game. I would say we always play simultaneous. So you take your turn simultaneously unless someone wants to buy a horse. They'll say, hey, I want to buy a horse. And then if it's turn order, then we'll go in turn order for that part. But outside of that, or the action and concessions where you complete that, you get a horse. Those are the 2 times you have to say, hey, I'm taking a horse in case there's like turn order issues. Outside of that, it doesn't really matter. So that speeds up the game a little bit. I would recommend playing like that if you're playing with a group that you can trust or knows what they're doing and you trust that they're not going to cheat. But you should never play with those people anyway, because it would just make the game go even faster than it already goes. And I like that. So this should be no surprise. BGM acceptance seal all day. 9 out of 10 on BGG. 4.5 wrenches out of 5 on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we have to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Long Shot the Dice Game. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.